Music's greatest songs. Greatest songs. Worth covering. Original classic hitmakers.
So this band, you're probably going to recognise the loop that's underneath me right now, but you might not necessarily know who or why. You might do, but you might not. Or you might go, oh, it's that film. It's the song from that film. Suicide Squad. Really quite a dark song, but I remember it having such a huge impact. The band we're talking about are 21 Pilots. Now, when you research something like this, it's not my real flavour, you know, so it's not my jam, as they say. So when I research something like this, I have to properly go in with a blank canvas, and I'm like, oh, right, okay. The 21 Pilots, they're not called the 21 Pilots, and by the way, it's all lowercase, that's really important. A lot of their stuff is dark. It's kind of rap. I don't know what Hass would call it. What they are called is alternative, and that's where they sit in the genre world. Hass and I, neither of us are fans of the genre kind of categorization of music and artists, but they do actually sit there. And there is an alternative chart. Who knew? Which I sat there going, goodness, I had no idea. But I remember this song having quite an impact, and I was on a different radio station here in the UAE at the time, and it was played endlessly. Let me tell you about them. 21 Pilots are an American musical duo, although there's been comings and goings and changing of position with different people. But they're from Ohio, and the band was formed in 2009 by a very talented vocalist called Tyler Joseph. And along with Nick Thomas and Chris Sully, those were the team that they got together. Now, the latter two, Nick Thomas and Chris Sully, both left in 2011, and it left two others. And since their departure, the lineup consisted of Joseph and the drummer Josh Dunn. And they're best known for songs like Stressed Out, which you may know, Ride, Heathens, which is the one I'm about to play. They received a Grammy Award for Best Pop Duo and Group Performance at the 59th Annual Grammy Awards for Stressed Out. And the band independently released 2 albums. There was lots of that going on. And actually the leader of this pack, Tyler Joseph, is the one who was writing music and recording stuff in his garage when he was a kid. Like he was, you know, and at college as well. He was grabbing talented musicians and going, come, let's record together. And he'd got a recording studio in his basement. So their label debut was Vessel, and the label was responsible for the commercial success of popular alternative artists like, let's see if you know these, Panic at the Disco, you know them? I've heard of them. Paramore, you know Paramore? Okay, so this is the label that was responsible for those guys, and 21 Pilots went to them. Tyler Joseph successfully negotiated to maintain ownership of the preceding self-titled album. Really key. He's not stupid, that guy. And remains available digitally. However, part of the signing agreement in 2012 with the record label was the rights to Regional at Best were transferred to the label, meaning that Regional at Best was discontinued and removed from the digital markets. And these are the games, and you talk about it a lot, and these are the games that the labels will play with artists. You know, they will do that. They will make these decisions. So then you've got Blurry Face, 2015 to 2017. And we got Trench coming soon. No, not Trench. Sorry, Skeld and Icy coming soon. Trench was the album before. So Trench was 2018. They're prolific songwriters. They're all over it. But I tell you what, listen to some of those songs and hear what they've got to say. Because it's not songs as you know it. It's I suppose that's where the alternative thing comes in. Lyrical themes, I love that. So Tyler Joseph writes lyrics that are often psychodramatic in nature and usually based around his piano parts. Loves the piano, plays the piano. He describes both his songwriting as well as himself as very dramatic. And he claims he began writing songs because there were things he wanted to say that he didn't know how to in a normal conversation. But in terms of singing, it's not really singing. Nor would I say it was rap. So, Hass, it would be good for you to listen to some of the other stuff and tell me what you think, because I'm novice. I'm here.
I think I get a Massive Attack feel.
Yeah, but Massive Attack were quite vocal. They're quite melodic. Here, the message that comes out of the songs, I'll play some stuff afterwards. Yeah. It's almost Eminem-y, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
so it's got that vibe to it. It's that real. I'm telling you, and I need to say this. And this is a story, and it goes from A to Z, and there's a middle. And you know, Eminem when he first started.
What are they categorized at? Like what's their category? Alternative rap?
No, just alternative.
Interesting.
I couldn't really dig anything more out. They're just like, oh yeah, they're alternative. And I kept thinking, well, what does that actually mean? So when you listen, you'll understand it.
Yeah, but more like, I think it's really interesting because when you look at people like, what's it called? Fred Durst and
Right.
and that there was a lot of also rap with metal with rock. So that genre itself, because rap came from the jazz and the soul and the funk and the blues, and that's where rap came. And also a lot of people actually enjoy rap with heavy metal, with alternative,
And I don't think of it like that.
There is a genre called alternative rap. That's what I'm telling you. It is a genre, and it's really interesting.
And that's not really how they describe.
Yeah.
But I mean, this Joseph Tyler, he goes at it, and it's that I'm speaking and I'm talking and I'm doing it and I'm doing it and I'm doing it. But would I necessarily call it rap? I don't know, but you might say it is. So they're worth a listen. Just investigate. Go and listen to some of their stuff. I was clicking on all sorts of songs, didn't know them, hadn't heard them necessarily, and was just there going, wow, and he's got so much to say, this guy. And then you look at the numbers and you find the rest of the world is also listening. The song that I'm going to play is probably the most well-known song to the masses, because this one came out of the motion picture for Suicide Squad. This was 2016. The song's called Heathens. It's dark, and it was released through Atlantic Records, written by Tyler Joseph. I was saying his name the wrong way around. Brilliant. Don't laugh at me. Peaked at number 2 on the US Billboard Hot 100, tying with Stressed Out for the band's sort of highest charting singles to date. It was nominated for 3 Grammy Awards, 3, when this song came out. And it was leaked through Reddit post initially. So 21 Pilots tweeted a message in Morse code, which read, "Take it slow." So this is a lyric taken from the song Heathens. And then the following day, on June the 16th, it was revealed that the song would be featured on the motion picture soundtrack for, the superhero film with DC Comics. And the soundtrack was released on August the 5th, 2016. He talks about it. Make sure I get his names in the right way around. Tyler Joseph. As I was writing the song, I was like, I want this song to be a 21 Pilots song first. And I want it to resonate with our fans and make sense of our show. Even though the themes in the movie inspired the writing of the song, as the lyrics came together and as the song came together, I realised this was our song. And that's him talking. So listen to it. You know it from the movie.
Yalla Home
With Ana Schofield.
and Big House.